Hi, my name is Chris Bond. I'm the captain of the Australian Steelers wheelchair rugby team, and I'm about to go to my fourth Paralympic Games, including 2 gold medals in London and Rio. When I was 19 years of age, I acquired a disability. I've got a physical disability. I have amputations to both my legs below the knee, my left hand, and most of my right fingers. My days are usually very long, very busy. Wake up, I've got 2 children, 2 and 4. So get them breakfast, get myself breakfast, plan and prep for the day ahead. I'll drop them off to daycare in the morning. Then I'll go to my training session, which is either a court session in my chair or in the gym doing my weights for strength and conditioning. I'll do that for about 2 hours, and then I'll do some recovery straight after. So maybe some contrast ice bath, might be some Normatec compression, some food. And then I'll get home, have some lunch usually, make sure my nutrition's on point. I'll then might have a bit of time to get a few things done, check some emails, etc., before I'll usually go to another recovery session, whether it's massage, physio, myotherapy. Then I might come back and have another couple of hours to punch out a bit of work. And then it's time to pick up the kids from daycare and do the night routine, as most parents will know. So get them fed, showered, and ready for bed. I'm also away a big chunk of the year. So in our team, we've probably got 5 or 6 national training camps a year that we have to attend. We also have our local club teams that we play about 4 rounds a year around the country. We've then got our national championships for our state teams, one weekend a year. Then we've also got about 5 or 6 international tournaments a year with my team, plus generally a weekly social competition outside of our sort of 6 to 7 training sessions a week. So it's pretty full on. I started my employment journey through a HR company who placed me within a national sporting organisation called the Australian Sports Foundation. And I worked as a partnership manager for this Queensland region where I live. And I worked there for about 7 years and then moved into a couple of different roles, including fundraising manager with a range of clients from, my tier 1s being professional sporting teams in the country to my tier 2s and 3s being state sporting organisation or a grassroots club. So quite a mix of different clients that I would handle in my portfolio. I then moved on into a role of a high performance manager role within a state sporting organisation here in Queensland, which I did for a little bit, and then got promoted into a general manager role of the whole organisation, which was pretty cool. Yeah, unfortunately, Paralympic athletes are still amateur athletes. We're elite athletes, but we're not professional. We don't have a contract that supports us financially, or not many Olympic or Paralympic athletes can actually make a living just on their sport. So I need to work to support my family. I need to work to put a roof over my head and to be able to play the sport at this level and in turn, inspire our country to do better, to be more active, to live healthier lives. I think the biggest barriers to high performance para athletes entering the workforce and gaining meaningful employment is flexible working arrangements, I believe. I think I've done it myself. You've got so many fingers and so many pies. You're doing so much in your life, in your personal life, in your work life, your social life. You're getting pulled from different angles, from, the head body wanting you to do stuff in your sport, to media interviews, to sponsorship arrangements, to project work you might be doing. And a lot of time I felt, I was on committees, subcommittees, etc. I was doing a lot of different things, okay, but it's my nature to focus on a task and really excel at it, be the best at it, and play my role. So that's what I've always done in my sport, and tried to do with my work, but then when I had my kids, it was finding that balance to ensure that everything gets its weight, everything gets its time to have its priority, but also understanding that I'm not Superman. I can't do everything. There's only so many hours in the day. So the perfect working arrangement for me, I think, would be like a remote work from home mix with in the office, and flexible hours to ensure that I can get my work done when I can fit it in, but then also ensure that we can set meetings in advance that has specific times and maybe some plan A or B if things need to be moved. Another thing that's pretty important to me is when I go into an office that it has, a kitchen so I can get my nutrition sorted and my lunch and make sure I'm eating at the right times, and also an accessible bathroom with shower facilities, because if I'm coming straight from training, I need to have a shower before I start my work. There are a lot of skills that can transfer as an athlete into the workplace. For me, I'm the captain of my team and my Australian team. So leadership, for one, is a big one. Going through the ranks to be captain, managing a team, managing a diverse team of men and women in my sport, translates very well into the workforce. And I've taken on managerial roles in the past. Teamwork, learning how to work well with others is a good skill. I think conflict resolution, in sport, you're going to have blowups with the coaching staff, with your teammate, etc. And it's about learning how to come together and pull each other back in line with that common goal. For me, it's also communication. Again, in a team sport, it's all about talking to the person next to you and working as a team. And that's no different. And I think an extension of that is also communication with a wide range of diverse people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different languages. We're a global sport. We play all around the world, and I've got friends all around the world. So that's a pretty transferable skill, I would say. I think in general, resilience, like a high performance para athlete has had adversity in their life. So they've had to build the skills of coping and resilience and mental fortitude anyway, just to live their life independently. So then they bring that then into their sport, and will obviously bring that into the workforce as well. Another big one for me is also thinking outside the box. So a high performance para athlete has generally had a fair few barriers and obstacles to overcome. And I know myself, it's about learning to adapt to a situation and then overcome it. So for that, it's simply high performance. That's their world. They live in a high performance world where it's results orientated. And to be high performance means you have a growth mindset. So, it's okay to fail as long as you get back up and then overcome it. And always looking to improve, always looking to learn. I think that'd be a great benefit to have in a workplace. Generally, these athletes are overachievers. So they're going to want to take a task and not just complete it, but, smash out of the water, just blow it up, gold star, gold standard, be the best in the world. That's the mindset. Obviously, another benefit is that athletes have extraordinary time management. They know how to get things done and fit things into a day, because we have to. There's so many different factors in being an athlete. But you'll know that they're going to do everything in their power to get everything done for the day for you. And another one, I think, is motivation. You've got an athlete with a disability who's going and achieving things that a lot of people probably wouldn't say that they should or wouldn't expect them to. And that can be motivating for a group of people or a team or a workforce to know that someone who may be less able or has more impairment than others in their workforce can do the job exactly the same or even better than someone without. In terms of hidden benefits that an athlete can bring to a workforce, for me, it's about representation. They're good representatives. It's what they do for a living. They represent their country, they represent their team. on a global scale. That's, in media interviews, the way they conduct themselves on court, in the pool, at training, in the community. They're role models, essentially. And that is not only inspiring and motivational, but that can bring a whole organization together. I've seen it in my own workplace. The whole team would get behind me and my journey and my sporting achievements and my endeavors to achieve greatness, to be the best in the world at something. That's engaging. People want to be a part of that. And, your organization, you hire a person with a disability that's a para-athlete, you've got a horse in the race. People can support you and get behind you. It's almost like sponsoring an athlete, but they're a part of your team. They're ingrained in what you do. They're one of you. It's extra special. My key message to employers and to managers is the importance of checking in with your athlete regularly to discuss their well-being and just to make sure that the mutually beneficial working arrangement is going well and to limit their burnout.